Volunteer Paul Barreno's yellow shirt makes him easy to see.
Paul, watch out, there's a needle right there.
He's part of a crew of volunteers cleaning up a stretch of San Diego riverbed.
We were here, I'm guessing, about 2 months ago, maybe less. And it was, we got it pretty clean. But yeah, we hit the same amount of places pretty much regularly.
And they find lots of stuff. Clothes, food wrappers, and at this campsite, long strips of yellow plastic tubing that's supposed to be a temporary sandbag. Barreno used to be surprised.
Oh, I think just the amount of trash that you can find all in one place. But that seems to happen pretty often.
The trees and overgrown plants hide the people, campsites, and trash. The volunteers look for, find, and remove all the items that shouldn't be here.
Yeah, you and John can start on that site back there. And then also up on the hillside there's some stuff over there. Okay, thanks, Paul.
Tiffany Swiderski leads this San Diego River Park Foundation cleanup crew. She's walked through this tangle of brush, trees, and overgrown paths many times, and she talks to the people who seek shelter here.
It's easy to just, go to a bad place, with all these negative emotions. But when you meet people and you talk to them about their situation, it helps to, humanize things.
Swiderski says some of the clandestine campsites are hidden deep inside the brush. Others are just a step away from a busy street. Close to all the camps are makeshift bathrooms. This one is near a tree.
You can see here that this is all used toilet paper. You can see human feces. There's some right here, not even, with the protection of the log right there. But yeah, there are multiple sites like this around this property alone where each encampment kind of has its own bathroom area that the people that had been living here kind of designated that as their restroom.
It's dry here now, but when winter rains come, the river's sandy bed will fill up. In some spots, paths that are dry now will be under 10 feet of water, and that water will carry everything downstream.
People camping on streets, in storm drains, literally living in Forester Creek underground in the storm drain, their wastes are going somewhere, and it's not going into a toilet, it's going into the river.
Dave Gibson is in charge of the state agency that monitors the region's water quality. He says local cities and the county share responsibility for making sure the water quality along the river meets federal standards.
This is a human problem, and humans can solve this problem.
The San Diego County Department of Environmental Health does regularly test water quality at the mouth of the river near Ocean Beach, but testing upriver is much less frequent.
San Diego County officials did not want to answer questions about water testing in the San Diego River on camera, but they did answer some questions by email.
The county concedes there's only limited testing in the watershed, and the email reply said, quote, "It appears that all coastal watersheds experience inputs of human waste, so this issue is not unique to the San Diego River," unquote. Cities are required to track stormwater drains to check for possible sewage pipe leaks, and the county and other communities have done testing for specific studies. But the river is ephemeral. Sometimes there's no water to test, or the water that does exist is in stranded, stagnant pools. The Water Quality Board's Dave Gibson says the situation becomes more complicated when a lot of people are living in the overgrown riverbank.
Because there's simply not adequate access to sanitation. And the kinds of sanitation issues that existed on the streets, which led to hepatitis A outbreaks, exist in triplicate in the river bottom itself. What's more is they now provide a vehicle for those wastes to end up downstream on beaches and on properties where they otherwise wouldn't have been.
Gibson says the water agency is considering issuing cleanup and abatement orders for locations where they know homeless camps exist. The county has already announced plans to do more extensive testing along the river, but the water agency says waiting 3 to 5 years for useful data doesn't make sense. Gibson is considering issuing an executive investigative order for the watershed that will push for answers sooner. Gibson says public health hangs in the balance. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.